The extraordinary growth of China's economy is no secret, but there's another story unfolding in China as well, the growth of Christianity. As George Thomas reports, Christianity is spreading in some of the most remote places in China.
In the ancient city of Lijiang, it's as though time has stood still. This mountainous region of China's Hunan province is home to a variety of Chinese minority tribes whose history and culture are centuries old. Each tribe practices their own unique customs and religions. Some of them are Tibetan Buddhists, but most practice some form of animism or demon worship. Here, life is hard and godless. The fieldwork is laborious, and alcohol is a refuge to get through the day-to-day existence. Nestled among the snow-capped mountains, one village separates itself from the oppression of the others. As you enter the village of the Lisu people, you are greeted with music and songs from heaven. English missionary James O. Fraser settled in Hunan in the early 1900s. At the age of 22, he devoted his life to leading the Lisu to God.
A long time ago, white-skinned people, the foreign missionaries, came here to teach us.
He created a written Lisu script and then translated the New Testament and hymns. In 1916, hundreds of families who for generations had been steeped in demon worship began accepting a new faith in Jesus Christ.
Since that time, our faith in Jesus Christ has been passed down from generation to generation.
Christianity here spread like wildfire through the mountains, with thousands coming to Christ. Gifted in music, the Lisu sung their oral history long before they had a written language. Even today, as they gather to worship, they still sing the hymns translated by James Fraser, as well as the new ones they have written themselves. Out of the 480,000 Lisu today, an estimated 200,000 are Christians.
Our church has so many believers, but the place we meet in is very small. We wanted to build a bigger church, but we didn't have the money to do so.
But that hasn't stopped the Lisu from gathering together to worship God. Here, music has no walls, and today their songs and testimony are touching countless people across southern China. This is George Thomas reporting from Beijing.
That's one of the great missionary stories of all time. James Fraser. He graduated from Cambridge in Great Britain, was a concert pianist, but at the age of 22, gave all that up, forsook everything for the call, and lived a life of sacrifice among the hill tribes of China, and felt called to the Lisu people, which are mountain dwelling, and they were animists and worshipped idols. And he labored for 10 years, Terry, and had no results, no converts, was extraordinarily frustrated that he had given his life.
A lot of people wouldn't have gone. A lot of people within 10 years would have said, I heard this wrong.
Within 10 days. It's just, he wrote his mother back in Great Britain, and it just poured out his heart in a letter, and she took that letter to her Bible study. And a group of women in Great Britain laid hold of God and began to pray.
Wow.
And within months of that, he had his first convert, and then the churches started growing. And a whole people movement. It's one of the greatest missionary stories. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. The entire Lisu people became Christian as a result. Now, it's ongoing, and it's going to this day. But today in China, they're known as a Christian group. They're one of the minority groups. But they're known as Christians, all because of one man who went and decided to go, but then a group of women standing with him in prayer and bound the forces that were there and the light came in. There's a wonderful book on it called Mountain Rain, and it's if you're into missionary stories, which I am.
I'm going to get it.
Highly recommend.
That's awesome. What an amazing story.